Oh, hey everybody. How's it going? Happy Friday. Just coming in, just checking in, seeing how everybody's doing. This is going live to a couple places. We have the Twin Peaks Universe group on Facebook. Hello, everybody that might be watching there. Thanks for being here. We're on my YouTube channel, Joey Pedris. You just search that. We're on Periscope, which is basically just Twitter. And then we're on Twitch too. So, howdy, everybody. I hope everybody's doing all right. Shirley McDonald's here says hi there. Hope you're okay, Joey. Doing okay. Thought I would check in with everybody for the fourth anniversary of Twin Peaks: The Return. Really cannot believe it's already been 4 years since we had the return. I feel like every year that passes, it's gonna just feel bizarre because it feels like it was yesterday, and we're still having pretty regular conversations about it and all that stuff. So it's a lot. It's a lot, and now we have potentially something new, possibly in the universe, in the works as we speak. So thanks for joining me, those of you who are joining me from all over the web, and thanks for watching, those of you who watch this after the live stream. Don't really have too much on the agenda. Just wanted to come in, pop in, see if anybody was available, wanted to chat about Twin Peaks. If you want to come on live and chat, please feel free. I will send you the link. As long as you don't, do anything nasty, it should be fine. So yeah, really exciting. 4 years. What has happened the 4 years? Obviously, we've had a pandemic the last year and a half or so. But since 2017, things were, touch and go. But we all kind of kept the faith alive. Lynch has been doing his weather reports and, number of the days. And there's been this few updates here and there about things that might be going on. There's a lot of activity on Twitter now and Instagram, actors from the show. Just kind of teasing, hinting at things. So there's definitely something happening. Wisteria, Unrecorded Night, whatever it's going to be called. Maybe neither of those. Maybe it's going to be something completely different. The conversation is still rolling. People are still talking about the return like it's on now. There's people discovering it now. I know a bunch of people that have gone back that never watched Twin Peaks before, that have gone back, started watching it, and now are obsessed and are now watching the return, it's really exciting to see their reactions to what's going on there. Obviously, some people had to wait longer than others to see the return. Some people are just binging everything in a month, maybe in a week if they're really passionate about it and really love it. I had to wait a couple of years. I came into Twin Peaks about 2010 or 11, maybe a little bit later. So I had to wait 5 or 6 years, which is not a long wait comparatively. But there is a new generation. Yes, Shirley McDonald says it's the new generation of Twin Peaks fans that are really getting into the show. They're watching it. I think it's actually leaving Netflix soon. I believe it's still on Hulu. I think the first 2 seasons are on everything. And you could watch the movie on HBO Max, which is pretty awesome. But yes, the next generation of Twin Peaks fans, there's always the new generation. I think Twin Peaks had a big resurgence once streaming came back because it was just so easily accessible. You didn't need to go buy the DVDs or anything. Actually, Shirley McDonald here says just bought A to Z or Z to A for £40. Happy lady. Well, have fun with that. So yeah, streaming kind of brought this brand new fan base to the show. People that never would have seen it before. It wasn't really on reruns anywhere that I'm aware of. So streaming would have been, unless you seeked it out, seeked out the VHS tapes or the DVDs, or maybe you got the Blu-ray as a gift or something from an older Twin Peaks fan. There wasn't really much going on there. But I feel like with the streaming is kind of, the return coming back is do a lot to those people that started watching it on streaming on Netflix or Hulu whenever that hit the airwaves there. But we're in this new era where everybody is, has access to the full gamut of Twin Peaks. We have Mark Frost books now. We're not going to get into whether or not those are canon or Frost universe, Lynch universe, whatever. But there's just a lot of Twin Peaks right now, and it looks like we're going to get something in the realm of Twin Peaks. Maybe end of the year, maybe next year. We will see. But very exciting. It's an interesting time for the show. A show that is, started in 1989 or 1990. I always forget. That feels like it's really thriving right now. Shirley McDonald says, my 14-year-old watched it during lockdown. Loads of Twin Peaks are here. See? It's how it's happening. It's just the access to it has just, brought in this whole new era of fans. Got a Chromatics signed Blu-ray. Chromatics are fantastic. If you ever get the chance to watch the Chromatics live, do it. I've seen them once already. Johnny Jewel. They actually, Italians do it better. Is the record label. They just they have a sort of a new artist. She's been around for a while, called Gloom. So if you like Chromatics and you kind of like that style, check out Gloom. Her new album just dropped. Really great stuff. The music is my joy too. Yeah, the Twin Peaks theme song is my morning alarm. It's the only alarm that doesn't irritate me when it turns on. It's interesting to see a lot of the people that are really. I have a lot of old videos on my YouTube channel of people of just me talking about the show, reviewing episodes of The Return, talking about the movie from like 8 years ago now. And every so often I'll get an influx of new comments saying, I just watched it for the first time. Can you answer this question? What do you think about this? Can you tell me what happened here? I might have missed something. So I have all these old videos that are living, and I'm sure other people that make Twin Peaks related content are also having the same kind of experience where people that are, finishing the series or watching it right now are going back and or searching stuff online and trying to figure out the mystery on their own. Maybe they don't have like a close friend base that also watches it, so they go online, ask questions, and I'm getting a lot of hits on my older videos of people just asking questions or realizing, hey, thanks for talking about this. I was wondering about this. So it's really exciting to like talk to these newer fans too that are really excited. It's brand new to them. A lot of us, especially those that have been around a while. I was a fetus when it came on originally. But thanks. We got a new subscription. Thank you for subscribing, Christian or Peter Christian. You like that? I don't. Sometimes those alerts come on. I forget that I have those on, and it scares the crap out of me. But yeah, we're getting a lot of the new fans now. Leaving Netflix is interesting because I feel like that's the place where a lot of the newer fans accessed it. I believe it's still going to be on Hulu. I don't know. Maybe CBS is going to put it just on their app because I think I'm really curious about the numbers of Twin Peaks because I feel like it's probably doing very well on streaming. Like I said, there's new fans every day. People are rediscovering the show. People are still talking about the show. There's article. Laura Dern was just talking about it, and she's kind of always out there. So it's really interesting to see this show that constantly has this influx of new fans. It's just the access has made it a lot easier, and this is true of a lot of sort of older shows that have hit streaming. They have an access to a broader audience than they ever had, maybe even at their peak on air. It's just every day they could access that audience no matter what, especially something like Twin Peaks. think Gilmore Girls, if you're a Gilmore Girls fan, is another show that's also kind of experiencing something similar. Um, I didn't watch that show when it first came on, early 2000s, and then it hit streaming and had this, resurgence, this influx of brand new fans discovering the show for the first time, and old fans rewatching it. And they got the reboot. They got that Gilmore Girls reboot on Netflix. And it seems like, from reading things and the way people talk, that fan base is just getting bigger, and they might do a second reboot. Again, that is kind of just the speculation that they might do a whole new reboot. Obviously, the Paladinos are doing Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, but stuff like that just keeps happening. People are wondering why there's so many reboots. Why do reboots happen? Is because a lot of these shows, and Twin Peaks is part of that. A lot of these shows are hitting a fan base that they never even had in their prime. So it makes sense to reboot things, because you want to test, give it another shot. Why not? There's this whole new fan base that just was never able to have that interaction when the first thing was on. So maybe you could talk about it online on forums for a while, but it wasn't. It was kind of scattered. It wasn't in the public like it was maybe when a show was running. And Twin Peaks is one of those shows. It was big. It's one of the biggest shows of all time. People are saying it changed the landscape of television and all that jazz. But every year it's tapping into a bigger and bigger fan base, as long as it's not completely removed from streaming or made really kept to one platform, which I'm worried it will be. The access people have to it is just fairly open. I mean, you could have a flood of new fans to any old show anytime. The Office, before it left Netflix, was consistently the biggest show on that platform, and it ended nearly a decade ago now, believe it or not. I think so. And same with Friends. It's just it's so timeless that these audiences just keep growing, and it's getting bigger and bigger audiences as more people have access to the platform and more people are just using it. So we're going to see, probably, I don't think the reboots are going to end. I think we're just going to, as long as things keep finding new audiences, I think they're going to keep trying to rework things as much as they can and really tap into whatever excited new audience they have now. It just, from a business standpoint, it makes sense. It's, we see The Office or Friends is, the biggest show in the world right now, just as it was when it was coming on, when it was originally playing. Let's tap into that. From a business standpoint, it's an easy choice. It's money in the bucket. Anyway, I just wanted to come on for a little bit. Now I'm already blabbering on for 13 minutes and talk about the Twin Peaks fans that really kept this show going. I obviously have not worked on it, but I am also a big fan, and I like seeing the influx of new fans and people asking the questions. Some, questions you heard a million times. Some questions are brand new, and people come in with their own perspectives and have interesting insights into what the show is saying, or maybe they catch something that nobody really noticed before, or maybe even I haven't noticed before, and it's new to me. So that's really cool. It's a lot of fun seeing the new fans really take it on and embrace it, like I remember doing in a couple of years ago, my early 20s. It's just a ton of fun. And I'm seeing it with the Twin Peaks Universe group on Facebook that I run. Some of you might be watching now. We have a lot of new fans that come in all the time. It's, I feel like a lot of the time it is new fans that are coming into the group asking questions. And we have a lot of the group just hit 20,000 followers, and we have a lot of great people on there that are, some people are a little, they're a little bit Scrooge-esque, Scroogey. But we have a lot of people that are, happy to answer any questions that the newbies have. So it's really fun to see everybody having a good time and answering questions. I think a lot of the more seasoned Twin Peaks fans, they're either really excited to answer the questions from the newbies, or they're really like callous about it. I'm tired of answering things, which is, I get everybody, but we've been getting a ton of new people in the group asking questions, going through their first watch-alongs, watch-throughs, and you're seeing the progression of them figuring out what's going on, or they're still pontificating about certain things. So it's ever expanding. Just seeing how this group has expanded is just a small indication of how the show is expanding way past when it originally ended. And obviously, the return ended 4 years ago, which is insane. But there's new people discovering that every single day and asking questions about that, and retrying Twin Peaks. For me, it took me 3 tries to get into Twin Peaks. I didn't like it the first 2 times I watched it. I thought it was really slow, and then I sat through the pilot one day, and it just it was like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So people that weren't into it the first time are finding themselves really reinvested in it and loving it now. So, and then there's people that haven't watched it in 25 years. Maybe they weren't hardcore fans back then, but maybe a friend talked to them about the return, so they decided to give it a rewatch, and then watch the return, and now they're big fans too. So I'm seeing just like generations old and new come through this group, and it seems to be indicative of the timelessness of this show, which is just awesome to see. So I'm going to wrap it up because I've been rambling for almost 20 minutes about this show. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a lot of fun today. You get your rewatch, and to celebrate the 4-year anniversary of the return, I'm probably going to watch the first 2 episodes or something. Maybe. We'll see. It is also Friday, so hopefully everybody enjoys their Friday. Stay safe. I'll talk to everybody very soon, and thanks for watching. See you later.